Well, I didn't think this fan would ever come back for another video, but here it is again. This is the 1971 or 72, or just early 70s Electrohome 20-inch box fan. Model 652-1. This is a rebadged Lakewood P21 2-speed fan with the light blue, kind of turquoise, teal cabinet. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you would know that I did make a video of this fan before. And believe it or not, today actually marks, well, not exactly today, but the day this video will be uploaded actually marks exactly 3 years since the day I uploaded the original video. And since I had some extra time on hand, I decided to revisit this fan, and I know I was going to part this fan out, but I wanted to give it a second chance because it's such an awesome fan. So I went ahead and ran some electrical safety tests on this fan, and I cleaned it up a little more and polished things up a bit. And while it's still not perfect, and I'm sure it'll never be perfect, I think it looks a lot better than it did before. So we'll take a closer look at this fan. But before we get to the fan itself, I did record a few clips while I was running the test, so I'll show you guys those right now. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if it runs. I'm going to check the amp draw and see how it does. So here it is on high. Oh, it runs. Nice and quiet, smooth. It's drawing almost 2.2 amps, which is perfect, considering it's rated at 2.3. Can barely read it there. So, seems like a healthy motor despite the dark windings. Alright, low. Oh, nice. Very quiet. And we're drawing just above 1 amp, so it seems pretty healthy. I'll shut it off. Alright. And just as a bonus, I'll also throw in a video clip I recorded 3 years ago, May 21st, 2017, the day I got this fan, and in that video you can see the original condition of this fan when I got it. Alright, so starting off at the top, I went ahead and removed a lot of the dry paint specks that were all over the top of this cabinet. And I did my best to polish it back up. It's not perfect, but it definitely looks a lot better than it did with the paint. And I'll show you guys a clip right now of before and after. And I also polished up the switch plate. That looks much nicer. Cleaned up the knob. Handle's original. There's a little crack in there where the screw goes inside, but it's not a big deal. Still holds up just fine. And the next thing I did was, this was actually a few years ago, but I tried to repair the broken slats on the front grille. So this one right here, these 3, and these 2 were completely smashed out when I got it. And if you saw the original video, which I'll link down below in the description, you can see that these all were missing when I got it. So what I did was I took popsicle sticks, cut them up into pieces, and I painted them. Not a perfect match in color, but it's not too bad. I glued them on there, and from a distance, they actually look really good. You can't even tell they're missing, or not missing, but replacement slats. So, not a bad repair. There's still paint all over the grills, and I really don't want to put any more time into this. It's not worth it. But from the front, it's not too bad. Alright, next up the blades. So I went ahead and removed all of the paint that was on these blades. If you guys remember the original video, it was pretty bad. And I did my best to polish it back up. And it's not perfect. I don't really have the tools to get these back into mirror shine. But maybe in the future, I doubt it, but maybe I'll work on it again. but it looks a lot nicer. It's a little hazy at the top, but yeah, much improved than it was before. Here's a look at the side. Cleaned it up a little bit, polished up the button. It's not perfect, it's pretty badly corroded, but I'll show you the back of it. So the back grille, believe it or not, is untouched since the day I got it. I didn't bother trying to clean it up or take the paint off of it because it's really bad. All this dry paint, and it still has all of the missing slats. And the last thing is the motor. So this is a 2.3 amp McMillan shaded pole motor. And if you guys saw the video I did of the blade removal for this fan, you guys probably saw that the windings were, well, they look like they were toast. But it turns out they seem like they're just overheated but not shorted out. Because I ran a few tests on it, and the insulation test was fine. And I ran some amperage test, and they all came out as perfect. So this fan, or the motor at least, seems to be healthy despite the bad appearance. So I'm not sure what's going on. I did go ahead and polish up the little rivets and the housing. Here's a before and after picture. So yep, I went ahead and oiled it a bit more. And this is actually a good running fan now. I'm pretty surprised. Alright, before I fire it up, I'll show you guys the information sticker. It's a model 652-1, 2 amps. This is actually incorrect. It actually draws 2.3 as shown by the sticker on the motor. If I zoom in there. It's actually scratched where the amperage says, but right about there it says 2.3 amps. Lakewood. And yeah, this is the Lakewood P21 rebranded. And I think that's pretty much everything that's on the information sticker. Alright, so I got the clamp meter here. We'll turn it on to amps. Looking good. And of course the incredible startup sound. You gotta hear that. So here it is, high speed. Beautiful. It runs great. It's amazing how well balanced these fans are. I mean, take a look at the reflection. It's so consistent. That's amazing. Dang, this thing moves air like a boss. Let's check the amp draw. 2.17 amps, so that checks out. Alright, we'll take it down to low speed. I've always liked the way these fans sound. A very deep rumble sound from the metal blades. They're very quite steeply pitched too. Alright, so on low speed we are down to 1.24 amps. So those are really healthy readings. Which is kind of surprising for the condition the motor is in. Man, I could listen to this fan all day. Such a soothing sound. Alright, we'll kick it back up to high. check out the spin down time. Man, these metal blades keep the motor spinning for quite a while. Huh. That's actually quite a long spin down time. I don't remember it being this long. Nice. And those beautiful metal blades. And here's the startup sound up close. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright, well, that is the return of the 1970s Electrohome box fan, model 652-1, or just simply a Lakewood P21 rebadge. I'm pretty happy with how the restoration turned out. It's not perfect, like I said before, it'll never be perfect again, but I'm actually pretty happy to have it back in my collection, or back as a member of my collection, and I actually might hang on to this for a while until I find another one in better condition. So that is it for now. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.